Okay, so it's just back streets for a little while now. I'm gonna leave you to it and I'll catch up with you again in a little bit. So here we are at the, I think it's the A316, which that way goes down to Richmond and that way goes down past Twickenham Stadium and out to the M3. Sometimes you can be waiting here for ages for the lights, but we get around it.
A few moments later.
Here we go. So apparently there's a way to go straight ahead where that black car's just gone and round the back to Twickenham Station, but while I was trying to plan it, Garmin didn't like it, so I have to take a right turn here. Apparently there's a path down there somewhere, but it wouldn't let me plan that, so we take a right turn here and join the road that we used to take, and the next bit of the ride back on familiar territory for our rides, for a little while at least. I'll tell you something though, if the roads in London weren't already bad enough, during the winter there, we had a couple of quite cold spells, bit of rain, ice, bit of rain, ice. And a lot of the roads have broken up a lot more than they used to be. Getting loads and loads of little potholes and cracks and things in them, which just makes riding even more interesting than usual. Watch this guy, he's probably going to try and hook a left here right in front of me because he's got no patience. So this is Twickenham Town Centre. Again, part of our usual route to get, or the original route I suppose, to the Ginger Bees. An electric motorbike there. Looks pretty cool actually. Okay, so normally on this route we would follow the road straight ahead round to the right, but we're going to turn to the left here and go along a road that we normally do in the other direction coming back from Syon Park. So this route takes us down here to the left and we're basically now following the river down towards Syon Park We're on the main road for a bit, but we'll get off that in a while. I'll come back to you in a bit. Now normally Stuart and I come from the right at this junction and turn up this lane, but today I'm going this way. Oh, I meant to say the cycle route from the chap on the internet. That ended back there at Twickenham station. This bit of the route is all of my own making. I think it's quite a nice wee tweak to the routes that we've taken before. It's a quieter road. It brings us down here to just about Kingston Bridge. So what we'll do is we'll not cross Kingston Bridge, we'll hang a right just before it and head up a road to Syon Park, which does. So, wouldn't you know it, the battery died just as I was going through that spiel there about this being a wee back road, not from the other chap on the internet. This is one that I made myself via the Garmin. But yeah, we're heading up the road here. This takes us up towards Kingston Bridge, but we're going to hook a right through some back streets onto the sort of ring road around Bushy Park. That ring road can be a wee bit busy sometimes, so I'll probably not have you on filming during that part. But once we get into Bushy Park, let's see, I'll show you the beautiful scenery around there. There's a lovely pond in the middle with a statue in the middle of it and so on. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye for now. Hello, we're back to me. Welcome to Bushy Park. So this is Bushy Park. This part of it here has cars running up and down it, but they can't get all the way through. As you'll see in a minute, there's some traffic calming up ahead that they have to pay attention to. But it's okay for us cyclists to get through. Excuse the wonky camera work. I still find it difficult to use the camera handheld on this bike. I'm more comfortable with it on flat bars than I am on drops, but I shall learn. So we're cycling down through Bushy Park, heading out towards Hampton Court, and then hopefully a stop at the magical Ginger Bees Cafe. Give me a second till I get through. Here's that traffic calming. So, a little catch up. What have I been up to? Well, work has been a bit busy recently. We're a member of staff down at school, and myself and my 2 assistant head teachers, we're sharing that person's duties between us, which is taking up a bit more time that we didn't already have, but not to worry, we're muddling our way through. So work has been mega busy. I've also been back to my first Tai Chi, Qigong and Kung Fu class for the first time in heaven knows how many years. Must be at least 6 years since I last went to one. But I went back to one on Tuesday evening, and yeah, really enjoyed it. I always loved learning Tai Chi, and when I was doing Tai Chi before, there was a wee bit of Kung Fu in it as well. I guess you could say Tai Chi is a version of Kung Fu, or a type of Kung Fu. But yeah, it was great going back to class and having a thorough workout. I thought that, you know, in the meantime I've been doing a lot more cycling than I used to do, and I thought my legs would be more used to it, but that exercise that you get from Tai Chi and Kung Fu, wow, it really gets to parts of your muscles that you didn't know actually existed. But it was just great fun, and looks like we've got another class this coming Tuesday. So really looking forward to getting back to that one. And then the last thing, I've been looking at changing my motorbike. Now currently I have a Yamaha Phaser 800, and I'll pop a picture of it up somewhere now. So that's the bike I currently have, love it to bits, best bike I've ever owned, but the only problem is I can't ride very long distances on it because the frame gets very hot. So in the summer you can't really go for a tour because you end up burning your knees unless you're wearing really thick leather. Excuse me, I'm going to put you down for a minute. We'll just have a pull over here. Yeah, you have to wear really thick leather on it, which is not the most comfortable thing to do during the summer. So I've been looking at 2 different bikes, 2 Triumphs actually, 2 completely different styles. One is a 1200cc sort of cruiser bike, which is the Triumph Bonneville Speedmaster. I'll pop a wee picture up here somewhere. And then the other is a 900cc Triumph Tiger, which is more of an adventure style looking bike. Again, pop a picture of it up here. And yeah, I've had a test ride of the Speedmaster, which was a lovely bike, but it just wasn't floating my boat as much as I thought it would do. I really liked the look of that bike, and it was okay. It was a nice bike. The Tiger, I've not been able to test ride that because being vertically challenged, shall we say, I can't actually ride the full-sized version of that bike. So the GT Pro is too tall for me. But they do make a GT low version, and I managed last weekend to go and throw my leg over one of them and rev it up and so on. Didn't take it for a test ride because it was actually one that somebody's bought from the shop already. But it felt so comfortable, and I'm thinking I might go for one of them. So, but that'll take a wee while to just, you know, convince myself that that's what I want to do. Anyway, while we're here, have a look at this. So this is Bushy Park in all its glory. There's this lovely, lovely pond here right in the middle, and in the middle of that there's a statue with what looks like a big crow sitting on its head today. Now when we came down last week, that it was all covered in mist, and you could just make out the silhouette of that statue and the tower that it's on, and actually that was reflected in the mist, and it looks eerily spooky and whatnot. But what a lovely sight it is, and it's a beautiful place to come during the summer. Quite often the deer are running around out here, and the cars can go around the pond and back away the way they came. They're not really supposed to go up back the way that I've just come, but sometimes people do. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to head straight down there, and we'll take a right out of here and head over to Hampton Court and cross the bridge at Hampton Court. Excuse the wind noise here if it's being picked up. We seem to be cycling into the wind. But we're now on this amazing piece of cycling infrastructure that I love, which is kind of the foot of Surbiton. And the river is just over here to the left. Can't really see it because it's hidden behind an old boat yard or waterworks or something, but we'll see it soon enough. Hopefully we can come down here and stop at the Ginger Bees if it's open. Okay, moment of truth. Is it open? Oh, you dancer, it seems to be. Excellent. So, back at my favourite cafe. You can see from the view why this is the favourite one. Stu and I always try and stop here whenever we come through Surbiton and Kingston. So far I've done just shy of 18 miles, so not too bad. Got about another 20 or so to go to get home. I'm going to follow the river for a little bit and then turn off up into Richmond Park, and then slightly diverting from the usual routes along to towards Putney, and then out towards Albert Bridge and home from there. So yep, let's see how we get on, and I'm going to enjoy a piece of carrot cake and a cup of tea because I was too late to get a toasted sandwich, but never mind. See you in a bit. Well, hello, that's me back home. That was 38 miles a round trip. I will show you the route up here. I think I can get the map to appear somewhere up to the side of me there. And it's the same route that I did with Stuart, as I was saying earlier. I hope you enjoyed seeing around Syon Park and Bushy Park and Richmond Park and some of the little back streets between them. What I'll also try and do, if I can, I'll put a link again up here somewhere to the chap who does those London cycle routes. They're really interesting. He's really worth a watch if you get time and if you happen to be cycling around London. Anyway, thanks for coming along with me. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Take care and ride safe if you're out on your bikes, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.